all these things that, I mean, it's been going on since Nixon and the Great Owl, you know, and Bohemian Grove and all this stuff that we always look at, or at least I always looked at skeptically. I kind of rolled my eyes like, okay, what is this? Is it Alex Jones conspiracy stuff? But here's the question. And I think, and you were getting to that, you were discussing it, or at least maybe getting to it. The question is, we know that these people go through the weird rituals, whether they're Freemasons or the Bohemian Grove stuff, or the weird quasi-religious imagery, the very, very strange and disturbing artwork that they decorate their homes with, a la Podesta, disgusting, vile. All of this stuff that's kind of put right out there. That's not really a true secret, right? The Freemasonic rituals and all that, like, what is that? Rosicrucians, all this stuff. Okay, we know that they're kind of going through the motions and doing that again. But the question we always come back to, and it comes back up, it's coming up today, it's, do they believe it? Are they really believers in the dark arts, the occult, the Freemasonic stuff, all of this creepy stuff? Do they really believe it? Are they really satanic? Are they trying to summon dark forces? Or is it some kind of weird like play or initiation rite or ritual? I don't know. I find all of it disturbing. Either way, it's disturbing. But I don't know. Do you have thoughts on this? Like, are they true believers? Do they truly believe in the occult? Or is it some weird play? Is it some acting out ritual that they all go through to kind of like, you know, it's like the secret handshake to get into the club. It's a lot of elite, rich, powerful people, to be sure. But do they actually believe this weird stuff? And what is with these disturbing images? Like, what is that? Who would put that out, you know, in a magazine saying, hey, here's my art collection? And it's disgusting, vile images of little children and just terrible things I don't even want to speak about. Like, what is that? Do they truly believe this stuff? Or is it some weird initiation rite?
We have some of that artwork on the screen right now. And again, this is just what Greg said is exactly right. And it's pretty well known, his art collection. One of them particularly on the screen is, I think it's like a recreation of one of Dahmer's victims. Dahmer's first victim. Yeah. Tony Podesta and his wife are super proud of their chandelier. Like chandelier. And then there's this weird, Patricia Pacini does this weird like art with like little kids. It's aliens. It's really odd stuff.
Very disturbing.
Super weird. Like what? I mean, it's like only a sick mind would even come up with this. And an even sicker mind than the person who came up with it would buy that and put it in their house.
Well, to answer your question, Greg, this is one that I'm not a maybe on. I'm all in on. It's not performance art. If you guys remember, my real red pill moment it's two names: Marina Abramovich and James Alefantis. Yeah, the spirit cooking is absolutely real. I mean, when you look at the Podesta brothers, who were not trying to in some disinfo way confuse people or start a black legend about themselves. There's reasons that maybe you might think pretextually they would benefit by doing that. Disinfo can be counterintuitive. This was an information leak. Remember WikiLeaks and why Trump won in 2016. It was because of the WikiLeaks thing 6 days before the election of 2016. And I was finding out that the Podesta brothers, Hillary Clinton, all had this known Satanist, Marina Abramovich, to their house to do seances, aka spirit cooking. She also directed. She's a major consult in Hollywood videos and movies. When Lady Gaga did a video swallowing a rosary, that was Lady Gaga. She's incredibly that was Marina Abramovich. She's incredibly important. Coincided with so-called Pizzagate, which was never debunked. The debunks were hilarious. There was like the equivalent of your Bart Die tattoo on your chest and saying, well, there's nothing weird here. That means the Bart the in German, you know, from Simpsons season 4. That they never debunked it. The guy, James Alefantis, I think this is where all of your interrogation comes to a meaningful point. Is it just weirdo people with too much time and money on their hands? No, because, like Dr. Faustus, a lot of folks, like namely James Olifantis, a high school dropout who comes from a poor family, is listed as a top 30 most influential Washington, D.C. donor, one of the closest friends of the Clintons, one of the closest friends of the Podestas. And by his own, I've looked at his Twitter account, or screenshots of his Twitter account. He had something called the Kill Room in his pizza place, where weird adult, powerful Congress people and government officials would congregate and watch this pedo band play called Heavy Breathing. And I've also watched videos of this band. So it's all too real. And
is this allegedly in Comet Pizza in Kalorama and in DC, in that neighborhood?
Yep. Yeah. Comet Pizza. Yeah. The Kill Room is a real thing. The underground tunnels are a real thing. You know, my friend.
Because I'll admit, I've always been, sorry, I was going to say, I've always been skeptical. And I think, I don't know what's actually going on in Comet Pizza, or I don't know if that was like an internet meme. And I know there was a lot of people that really were invested in that. But if nothing else, I think what we've seen, even with the release of some of the Epstein material, as horrible as it is, you've got 3 million files now. And thanks largely to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey and patriots like that, some of this has actually come to light. But the code words, I always thought pizza was maybe a disgusting code word that they were using. What, pizza and grape juice or whatever shows up over and over again. And it's more than a coincidence. It's not just for conspiracy theorists. That's what I was thinking. Like with the pizza thing, is it some disgusting code word for abuse material or what they were doing to underage people, horrible crimes?
Yeah.
So yeah, on the Comet Pizza thing, it's like I'd always heard that, but I never knew, like, is that literally a thing, or did someone's imagination kind of go wild? Like, there are actually horrible things happening in the basement of this pizza place in a neighborhood of DC. I don't know.
FBI's verified that the pizza related maps, where a map is it's barely code word. Pizza is a code word. Hot dogs. You know, Obama also in that 2016 email file dump, we flew in $80,000 of hot dogs for the weekend. That's a lot of hot dogs. It's terrible stuff. James Olifantis, there's tons of screenshots out there. This is before AI was super popular, of him threatening. I'm a viewer of the show who's since converted to Catholicism. What's up, Mouthy Buddha? Mouthy Buddha did the best, most convincing online doc on Pizzagate. What's up, Mouthy Buddha? I correspond with him often now, but I was red pilled by that guy in 2016. I mean, even the what's her name, Madeleine McCann.
The disappearance of Madeleine McCann.
The disappearance of Madeleine McCann. 2 blocks from Sigmund Freud's great nephew, where the who's a known pedophile. That's where Madeleine McCann was taken from her hotel room. John and Tony Podesta were staying at Freud's grandnephew that night. That's a real FBI description of the 2 suspects seen near there. Can you get that photo up?
Yeah, so this is on the screen is like who they saw near them, near there, and then this is the Podesta brothers. So
we're going back and forth between the aliens and this, but it's all the same group. And yeah, this is the real sketch of the Podesta. It doesn't name them as the Podesta brothers, but they were known to be there 2 blocks from where Madeleine McCann went missing.
Was this in Europe or England or somewhere?
Portugal.
Yeah.
There's a little seaside town in Portugal. And it's all verified. This is all stuff. I run all this past, quite frankly, Jay Dyer, my friends who actually make fun of people that believe in the reptilian people. This is absolutely real. And like with Epstein, big groups in the power players like Netflix sanitize it. So I remember when Steph and I watched a Madeleine McCann documentary, it goes through all the potential players. It doesn't mention the Podestas once. And this very well-known FBI sketch of the 2 only suspects that were actually seen on hand, who are known to be there that night with Freud's absolutely villainous great-grandnephew staying at his mansion right there. It's unbelievable stuff. Then you're talking about the Podesta's art collection. A bunch of it is
what is that
stuff? It's not. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's.
Is it a limited hangout? I mean, what is that to have such a disturbing and disgusting collection of art? To invite like one of these like house and home, designer home magazines in for a puff piece photo shoot. What is that? What is that to put it on full display? Is it disinformation? Are they trying to somehow, like look at this hand while the other hand's doing something different? Like, what is the misdirection there? Or are they trying to create aura around themselves? Is it for political clout or power? I wonder, or are they literally that disgusting and evil? Which is a distinct possibility. It wouldn't surprise me. But these are the questions that I ask when you see something right there in front of your face, like that disturbing art collection, right? Like, What is that?
Yeah.
Do they? I go back to, do they really believe this stuff? Do they really believe in the rituals? Do they really believe in the darkness and the evil spirits? Or is it misdirection? Is it misinformation? Limited hangout type stuff?
Well, the dark side is, as we all know from Star Wars Episode 3, is a path to powers that some would call unnatural. I think that's all it is. It's Faustian bargain stuff, and that I've been all in on for 10 years or so. That it's not just for people who are currently very powerful billionaires. That's the other thing. My friends who have spent time in Hollywood, everyone knows that there are things you do. You join the club. And it's real ritual. It's not pretend ritual. So that I have to like rewind to even my thinking in 2016 to get to a place where I'm like, well, is this like skull and bones? To be a bones man, you have to lay in a coffin. And I mean, I have friends now, new friends I've made that are have been recruited. Everyone into CIA, FBI, the intel agencies are all infiltrated. It's not just Council on Foreign Relations. Myron Fagan was talking about this stuff in the early 60s. And it all relates to one country in the Middle East that begins with an I. And it all relates to Talmudic ritual, that basically amounts to what we would call Masonry, Illuminati,